In 1971, a quiet man walked into an airport in Portland, Oregon. He was not loud. He was not nervous. He did not look dangerous. He wore a business suit, a white shirt, and a dark tie. He carried a small briefcase. To everyone around him, he looked like an ordinary passenger. But within a few hours, this man would become one of the most mysterious criminals in American history. And more than 50 years later, no one knows who he really was. His ticket said his name was Dan Cooper, but the world would remember him as D.B. Cooper. On the afternoon of November 24, 1971, Cooper bought a one-way ticket on Northwest Orient Flight 305. The flight was supposed to be short. It was going from Portland to Seattle. The plane took off like any normal flight. Passengers relaxed in their seats. The crew began their usual work. Cooper sat quietly near the back of the plane. Then he ordered a drink. A few minutes later, he handed a note to a flight attendant. At first, she thought he was trying to give her his phone number, so she did not read it right away. Cooper leaned toward her and calmly said something that changed everything. He told her she should read the note because he had a bomb. The flight attendant looked at the paper. The message was clear. Cooper said he had a bomb in his briefcase. He wanted her to sit beside him. When she did, Cooper opened the briefcase just enough for her to see wires and red sticks inside. Then he gave his demands. He wanted $200,000 in $20 bills. He wanted 4 parachutes, and he wanted them ready when the plane landed in Seattle. The crew had to stay calm. The passengers had no idea what was really happening. They were told the flight was delayed because of a small mechanical problem. While the plane circled in the sky, people on the ground rushed to collect the money in parachutes. After hours in the air, the plane landed in Seattle. Cooper kept his promise. Once he received the money in the parachutes, he allowed the passengers to leave the plane. 36 passengers walked out safely. But the story was not over. Cooper kept some crew members on board. He told the pilots to take off again and fly toward Mexico. The plane lifted into the night sky. Outside, it was dark. The weather was rough. The aircraft was flying over forests and mountains. Inside the plane, Cooper moved toward the back. He had the ransom money. He had parachutes. And he had a plan. Sometime after 8 p.m., the crew noticed a warning light. The rear stairs of the plane had been opened. Then Cooper was gone. He had jumped from the back of the plane into the cold, dark night, carrying the ransom money with him. The pilots landed safely in Reno, Nevada. When investigators searched the plane, Cooper was nowhere to be found. All that remained were clues. A black tie, some parachute material, and questions that would last for decades. The FBI launched a huge investigation. They gave the case a code name, NORJAK, short for Northwest Hijacking. Agents interviewed hundreds of people. They followed leads across the country. They studied the plane, the money, the parachutes, and every detail they could find. But Cooper had been careful. He took back the note he gave to the flight attendant. He left very little evidence behind. For years, people asked the same questions. Who was D.B. Cooper? Was he a trained skydiver? Did he work in aviation? Did he survive the jump? Or did he disappear because he never made it out alive? Some investigators believed Cooper may have died that night. He jumped in bad weather, wearing normal clothes and shoes. The parachute he used was difficult to control. The land below was rough and dark. But others believe he survived. They think he planned everything and escaped with the money. Then, in 1980, the mystery became even stranger. A young boy was playing near the Columbia River in Washington state when he found a bundle of old $20 bills buried in the sand. The money was damaged, but investigators checked the serial numbers. It matched the ransom money given to D.B. Cooper. This was the biggest physical clue ever found. But instead of solving the case, it created more questions. How did the money get there? Did Cooper drop it? Did it wash up later? And if some money was found, where was the rest? Over the years, many suspects were named. Some seemed possible, others were quickly ruled out. But no one was ever proven to be D.B. Cooper. In 2016, the FBI said it would move its resources away from the case unless strong new evidence appeared. Still, the mystery never died. Books, documentaries, podcasts, and investigators continue to search for answers. Maybe Cooper was a criminal genius. Maybe he was lucky. Maybe he never survived the jump. Or maybe he lived the rest of his life under another name, knowing the world was still looking for him. More than 50 years later, the truth remains hidden somewhere between the airport, the airplane, the dark forest, and the riverbank where the money was found. A man walked onto a plane. He jumped into the night. And he became a legend. This is the mystery of D.B. Cooper.